Have you ever found yourself wondering how to touch an older woman in a way that sparks deep connection and intimacy? It's a question that many people shy away from, but let me tell you, the secret lies in understanding the power of touch, specifically knowing which places to touch. These subtle, thoughtful gestures can create an emotional chemistry that runs deeper than just the physical. In this video, I'll reveal the 7 most powerful spots on an older woman's body that will leave her feeling a blend of desire and enchantment, so strong that she might find herself falling in love with you. But here's the catch. It's not just about touching these spots, it's about how you touch them and the emotional intimacy you bring to the moment. Imagine being the man who knows exactly how to awaken feelings in her that she thought she had left behind. Think of the profound impact you'll have when you're the one to remind her of the magic that still exists in a relationship. The first 2 touches I'm about to share are sure to stir thrilling sensations in her, but stay with me until the 5th touch. This one is the key to making her absolutely captivated by you. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on this life-changing content. Now, let's get started. Number 1, the lower back. Let's begin with a seemingly simple spot, the lower back. It's often overlooked, but this area holds remarkable power, more than you might expect. When you place your hand on the small of her back, it's not just a touch, it's a message. It tells her, I'm here for you. Picture this, you're walking side by side through a crowded room, or perhaps ascending a staircase. Your hand, light and reassuring, rests on her lower back. In that moment, she feels safe, supported, and cared for. There's something uniquely tender about this touch. It communicates more than words ever could. This touch isn't about asserting dominance. It's about offering quiet, steady support. Whether you're guiding her through a crowd, helping her into a car, or simply walking next to her, your hand on her back becomes a subtle yet powerful signal that she can rely on you. It's as though that soft, almost invisible touch creates an unspoken bond, one built on trust, security, and affection. When you approach this gesture with sensitivity and care, it becomes a way to connect without overwhelming her, offering protection and comfort in a way that feels deeply attractive. Number 2, the nape of the neck. Next, let's talk about one of the most intimate, sensual places, the nape of her neck. This area is delicate, vulnerable, and deeply sensitive. A gentle touch here can send a shiver down her spine, one that awakens emotions she might not have expected to feel again. The nape is not just a physical spot to touch, it's a bridge to emotional intimacy. When you caress her neck, you're not just drawing her closer, you're showing her how much you cherish her trust. The key here is subtlety. This touch should never be forceful or invasive. It should be soft, almost like a whisper. A light caress of your fingertips along the curve of her neck can be incredibly powerful, stirring emotions that make her heart race. Imagine the intimacy of a simple hug, where your fingers graze the back of her neck, or when you gently hold her face and your thumb brushes against that sensitive spot. These moments are magic in their simplicity. By touching her neck with respect and tenderness, you're creating a magnetic connection, something that doesn't need to be rushed or forced. It's all about the build-up, the slow, tantalizing gesture that makes her heart skip a beat. But before we move forward, I have something important to share with you. Have you ever wanted to send a text that makes her feel an uncontrollable urge to be with you, no matter where she is? A message that gets inside her mind and keeps her thinking about you. I'm talking about magnetic texts, words that stir her emotions and make her feel an intense pull toward you. Stick around, because I'm about to reveal how you can craft these irresistible messages that will have her craving your presence, even if she didn't realize it before. Warning: sending this message to a woman will ignite an intense, irresistible longing within her. She'll find herself not only excited, but also desperate to see you again, no matter what it takes. If you're not ready for her to fall head over heels in love with you, then do not use this message. But if you're ready to captivate her heart and make her eagerly anticipate every moment with you, then click on the first link below to instantly download these secret messages, words that will keep her obsessing over you, counting down the days until your next date, and thinking about you long after the conversation ends. Number 3. The arm. You might not have expected this, but the arm is a surprisingly powerful place when it comes to creating intimacy and connection. Imagine you're in the middle of a meaningful conversation, exchanging thoughts, dreams, and emotions with a woman. In that moment of emotional depth, a simple caress or light touch on her arm can transform the exchange. It's not just a physical gesture, it reflects the bond you share. When your hand gently rests on her arm, you're telling her, "I'm here, I'm with you, and I care about what you're saying." This touch, though subtle, becomes a bridge that deepens your emotional connection. But here's the secret: the touch has to feel effortless, spontaneous, and genuine. It shouldn't feel forced or awkward, but rather as natural as the flow of the conversation. Picture this: you're leaning in slightly to catch her words more clearly, your hand unconsciously drifting toward her arm, not in a rush, but with a calm intention to show you're invested in the moment. This is the magic of the touch. It's not about making her feel overwhelmed. It's about making her feel seen and valued. What makes the arm touch even more powerful is its versatility. Whether you're sitting across from her at a table or standing side by side, her arm is always within reach. It's a quiet invitation for closeness, a gesture that speaks volumes without saying a word. As your hand gently brushes against her arm, notice how she might slowly lean in, instinctively drawn to the connection you're creating. This simple touch sets the stage for a deeper, more intimate bond. It's like saying, "I'm here for you," in the most tender and thoughtful way possible. Number 4. The knee. Now, let's dive into a surprisingly intimate area: the knee. While this might not be the first place you think of when you're trying to create a connection, the knee has incredible potential to stir emotions and ignite a sense of closeness if touched the right way. Picture a scene where you're both relaxing, perhaps watching a movie together, or sharing a quiet moment with a glass of wine. Your hand gently finds her knee, and as you touch her, you can feel the bond strengthening between you. It may seem like a simple gesture, but it carries profound significance. The key here is softness. This isn't about applying pressure or making her feel overwhelmed. It's about letting her know that you're there, a constant presence of support and understanding. Whether you're sitting together at a movie theater or strolling hand in hand, the knee is a perfect place for this delicate, unobtrusive touch. You'll see how she draws closer, feeling more secure and cherished with each gentle caress. This touch creates a space of warmth and intimacy, making her feel like she can trust you in a deeper, more meaningful way. Number 5. The waist. Finally, let's talk about one of the most intimate and powerful areas: the waist. Touching a woman's waist isn't just about attraction. It's about signaling affection, security, and even passion. The waist is a sensitive area, capable of evoking deep emotions, and a soft touch here can speak volumes about what you're feeling. Imagine you're dancing together, moving in sync with the music. As your hand gently rests on her waist, you're not only offering physical closeness, but emotional safety. This touch is one of the most intimate you can share. It's protective, it's tender, and it's full of promise. It's not just about the act of touching, it's about how it makes her feel. Your hand on her waist expresses a desire to be close, to protect, and to share something more meaningful. It's a moment of deep connection that can stir feelings of warmth, comfort, and even excitement. Whether you're dancing, walking close together, or simply standing side by side, this touch says everything about your emotional investment in her. It's a touch that says, "You are mine, and I'm here to protect and cherish you." As you move together in perfect harmony, your touch on her waist doesn't just convey affection. It speaks of protection, security, and deep connection. It's a gesture that reinforces the bond between you, creating a sense of belonging and commitment. But remember, the waist is a place to approach with care. It's not about control or asserting power. It's about providing steady, welcoming support. When you touch her waist, it should feel like an invitation, a safe, comforting gesture that lets her know you're there for her and that you're paying attention to the little things that matter. Whether you're taking a casual photo together, strolling side by side down the street, or curled up on the couch, the waist becomes the perfect place to express that bond. It's a spot that balances safety with a subtle, seductive energy, making it the ideal place for touch in moments of closeness. Picture this: you're walking, her arm gently brushing against yours, and as you slip your hand to her waist, she feels not just the warmth of your touch, but the depth of your care and the sense of safety you bring. It's the kind of moment that makes her feel not only special, but completely seen. Watch how she responds, how her body leans in, how she relaxes into your presence, how that touch deepens the connection between you. Number 6, the hands. Now let's dive into one of the most timeless and powerful gestures, the act of holding hands. It may seem simple at first glance, but in reality, hands have the potential to transform an ordinary moment into something profoundly intimate. Imagine you're sitting across from her, lost in conversation at a cozy cafe or quiet restaurant. You reach out and take her hand in yours, your fingers gently wrapping around hers. It's not forceful or awkward. It's tender and confident, sending the message that you're fully present in this moment. Your touch says, "I see you, I hear you, and I'm here with you." This gesture is about connection. It's the kind of touch that says you are truly engaged, not just physically, but emotionally. The act of holding hands doesn't need to be dramatic or overwhelming. It's the simplicity of it that creates intimacy. It's about offering comfort, security, and showing that you're invested in the relationship. Whether you're walking hand in hand under the stars or sitting together on a park bench, holding hands speaks volumes. It's an invitation to slow down and enjoy the moment, to feel the connection grow deeper with every gentle touch. Watch how she responds when you hold her hand. Her fingers might curl into yours, her breath might soften, and a smile might cross her face as she realizes the sincerity behind this simple yet profound gesture. But the true secret of hand-holding lies in its spontaneity. It's not about forcing the moment. It's about letting it happen naturally, without pressure. When you're relaxed and confident, the touch becomes effortless, and the connection becomes even stronger. This gesture is the foundation of true intimacy. one that both of you can feel, building trust with every touch. Number 7. The wrist. Let's now explore one of the most delicate and romantic areas on a woman's body, the wrist. While it might not seem as obvious as other spots, the wrist, especially the inner wrist, is incredibly sensitive. A gentle touch or a soft kiss on this area can unlock a whole new level of intimacy and desire. Picture the scene. You're close to her, the two of you lost in the moment, and you bring her wrist gently to your lips. A light kiss, a tender caress. This moment isn't just about the physical contact. It's a subtle invitation to something deeper. You're telling her, in the most delicate way, that she's desired, that she's special, and that this is only the beginning of the connection you share. This touch should be gentle, almost fleeting. It's about leaving a lasting impression without overstaying its welcome. It's an invitation, not a demand, suggesting that the best is yet to come. The wrist is a perfect place for a greeting, a goodbye, or even just a quiet, intimate moment shared between you. The key is to keep it light, sweet, and full of promise. You're creating a moment that feels like a shared secret, one that only the two of you can understand. As you kiss or caress her wrist, watch her reaction. See how she becomes more relaxed, more drawn to you, as if the connection between you deepens in that fleeting moment. Closing with magnetic texts. To close out this video with a bang, let's talk about something that takes your connection to the next level: magnetic text messages. These are no ordinary messages. They're designed to spark chemistry so intense that she'll be counting down the seconds until she can see you again. Imagine sending a text that makes her heart race, makes her think of you day and night, and suddenly she can't stop wondering what you're doing, who you're with, or when she'll get to be with you next. These secret messages are crafted to penetrate her thoughts, igniting desire and passion with just a few carefully chosen words. If you want to know the exact phrases that can turn a simple conversation into a seductive dance of desire, click the link below and get access to these messages that will have any woman thinking of you as the man she needs in her life. These messages are more than just words. They're your key to making her see you as irresistible, someone she can't resist and desperately wants to be with. Don't wait. Download them now and start creating that undeniable chemistry that will have her yearning for more.